All I can say is that the fake news just doesn't get it, do they? And the fake news, two major cover-ups they've been engaged in at least. But when it comes to Joe Biden, the first one, everybody in Washington knew for decades that Joe Biden was shallow, vapid, didn't know anything, just a silly guy that nobody took seriously. And that was very apparent right after he got to the United States Senate. I mean, he advertised it himself. This is 1974. Joe is 32 years old, although he keeps referring to himself as 29. He's 32. Take a look at this cocky young politician.
I wonder if you'd say to us, since it's clear that you're not corrupt and you got elected, why should people think that the system produces corrupt results when there you are?
Well, I'm not sure you should assume I'm not corrupt, but thank you for that, though. And unless you happen to be some sort of anomaly, like myself, being a 29-year-old candidate and can attract some attention beyond your own state, it's very difficult to raise that money from a large group of people. I am an anachronism. I'm a 29-year-old oddball. The only reason I was able to raise the money is I was able to have a national constituency to run for office. Because I was 29, I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the token young person.
Isn't it kind of astounding that he became president? I mean, really. And they all knew he was a clown, but they found it somehow endearing. I never did. I remember this.
And I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
Oh, yes, you will. That was back in '87 after he got caught lying and plagiarizing. He had to drop out of the race. Back then, the media kind of took him on, but not really. And all during the campaign, it was pass after pass after pass. Joe, look at this. In the heart of the campaign in 2020, all right, just a couple of months before the election, listen to how they treated him.
When you hear these remarks, suckers, losers, recoiling from amputees, what does it tell you about President Trump's soul and the life he leads?
Last night, President Trump mocked you for wearing a mask and said that this is a sign that you must have some, quote, big issues. I wonder if you worry that this kind of language that comes from the President of the United States could deter some Americans who are tuning into him to not wear masks.
He asked you about another thing the President said last night. He once again suggested to his supporters that they should consider voting twice if they're in one of those states that can allow you to request an absentee ballot. Just curious what you make of it.
Basically, their questions were, President Trump is awful. How awful do you think he is? Tell us more. This is after we knew all about Hunter doing business in Ukraine and China. And then later, shortly thereafter, we found out about the laptop. Now they denied it. Remember this. That laptop has now been confirmed by their beloved New York Times, okay? It's the real deal, and it's incriminating. There is some bad stuff in there, yet Joe can go in front of the world's media confident that he will not be asked about this. It's amazing. Even today, he's in front of all those reporters, and nobody asks him anything about that laptop. I mean, isn't that an issue right now? Every single day? Sir, aren't you kind of compromised? Are you afraid that our enemies have this material as well? And who knows what else? There are a lot of questions that could be asked, but no. And I think you could use this possibly as your news hook. Hunter Biden is showing up more and more. Here he is on Easter Sunday at the White House. He was there on the 4th of July for the fireworks. And at the Medal of Freedom ceremony, he was working the room. What's he doing there? Looking for business? How is he making money these days? Is it all through that painting? I mean, come on. What's happening here? These are legitimate questions we should know. Somebody should be asking them. All right. Emmett Till, civil rights icon. This young man was killed brutally. The allegation was he whistled at a white woman and the whole town went nuts. A lynch mob was formed. This apparently was the lady he was at whom he was whistling, Caroline Bryant. Now here's something. She's still alive, it's believed. And somebody dug up an arrest warrant from 1955. Now, just about every legal expert or cop will tell you that the thing is totally unenforceable. But we have mobs showing up at various nursing homes where they suspect she is. This is in North Carolina, a whole big group of people demanding to find this 89, 90-year-old woman. And then they go inside one of these nursing homes. Listen to this.
Sorry, can I? That's what we're looking for.
Wait.
She's the false accuser of Emmett Till, the one that said that Emmett Till had sexually assaulted her and got Emmett Till murdered. She lives in Emmett Till. We have this listed as her current address.
That's correct. It's on the mailing address.
Listed as her current address.
Who listed it?
It's all on there.
It's online. So we're going to all stops to find her.
So almost 70 years later, we got this posse looking for this woman. And there's some murkiness about this case and some things that aren't fully understood. But it didn't stop this group from pounding on the doors at a nursing home in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Carolyn Bryant, we have a warrant. What? Is Carolyn Bryant here? Who? Carolyn Bryant, done.
No.
No?
Who is that?
Is this 4812, Unit 602?
Uh-huh.
We have an address for Carolyn Bryant Dunham.
How long you been living here, sir?
How long have you been here?
1 year.
Thank you,
Who
sir.
are you?
Who are you? These aren't law enforcement people. These are, I think there are some Black Panthers mixed in there and like a gang just going around looking for this woman and an unenforceable warrant who, according to, well, what report you read, may have just been the victim of sexual harassment or, look, Emmett Till, a civil rights icon, what happened to him was absolutely horrible, but there is some murkiness surrounding this case. Here's a little footnote that I was quite surprised to learn. Emmett Till's father died 10 years earlier. He was in the Army, Lewis Till. He was hanged after a court-martial. He, along with another soldier, were convicted of murdering a young Italian woman while he was on active duty in Italy. Actually, Ezra Pound, the poet, wrote about this, and Till was hung yesterday for murder and rape with trimmings. Ezra Pound, the poet. Just, there's a lot in that case that folks don't know about. I'd like to know more. See about that.